Oh, well, this was a learning experience. I bought a 2006 Triumph Speed Triple. The day I ride it home, it has problems. Two specific big problems: the oil and coolant. And then 5 days later, oh, I fucking crashed it. Totaled. And when you see the pictures, you're not going to really think that it could have been totaled, but the amount that cost to fix it was more than what the bike was worth. I loved that bike for the 5 days that I had it. Oh, I'm not going to rant about my experience, but I took a couple videos on the bikes that I went to see before I bought the Speed Triple. And then I shot some videos on fixing the Speed Triple, mainly the coolant, and I talk about how I fixed the oil leak. I don't have a video of my crash, which is unfortunate. I meant to bring my GoPro. I was charging it and I forgot to bring it with me. But I do have pictures of the aftermath, and I have pictures of my shoulder, which you'll see what happened. So within 5 days, I bought a bike, fixed a bike, and crashed a bike. It's been a hectic past couple months. I'm not giving up though. I did buy a new bike, and I don't have the R3 anymore. I'll just walk you through what videos I have and pictures I have and just share it with you guys. Tell me what you think. If you think I'm an idiot, which I already know I am. If you think I bought the right bike in the first place, and if you think that my crash was my fault. If it wasn't my fault, I don't know. I think I'm lucky that I didn't get hurt more than I did. And if you guys think I'm an idiot for riding still, even though I will never stop riding, I love it way too much. But if you guys tell me what you think of the bike I own now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh shit, I forgot I didn't have the baffle in. Whatever. It's a good day to piss some people off. I fucking hate this light. It's never gonna go green. I hope somebody comes up behind me. If anybody is looking for a good beginner bike in San Diego, message me. I'll give you a good deal. Had it listed on Craigslist for about a week. Had a couple hits, but no sale. I drove up about an hour in Mira Mesa to look at a few bikes. I looked at an R1. Well, actually, I looked at the R1 right around where I live in San Diego. And it was a 2007 blue, had 12,000 miles on it. It was a pretty nice bike. He said the previous owner had dropped it in a bush, so I had some scratches on the front fairing, but it really wasn't that bad. It was a nice looking bike. He didn't let me ride it, but I got to sit on it and start it up, and it seemed really nice. I was considering that one just to stay with Yamaha, but that was the first bike of the day I saw. And then I went up to Mira Mesa and I saw a 2008 red Triumph Daytona 675. He wanted $5 grand for it. Oh, the R1 one, he wanted $5,700 for it, which wasn't that bad, I guess, considering the mileage. But the Daytona had 18,000 miles on it. He let me test ride it, and I had never, I've never even ridden over a 321cc bike, so that was really cool. It rode, it was fucking quick because I'm only used to this little guy. But it had some problems. It had been sitting outside, so there was rust on the rotors. The brakes needed to be replaced. He had dropped it, and he replaced the fairings, but you could tell that it had been replaced. It also, the big thing was that he bought it a year ago, and he hadn't even and he didn't give it an oil change since he bought it. Hasn't gotten its service since he bought it. So I just think I just automatically was turned off by that and decided not to go with it. So immediately after that, I had an appointment with another guy, and that's when I found the bike that I wanted. Took out the loan today. Fuck it, I'll tell you. It's a 2006 Triumph Speed Triple, and it's white, and it's gorgeous. And it only has 5,993 miles on it, so it has like no mileage. And I touch drove it, and that thing just was so comfortable, so quick. It's 1,000 or 1,050 cc's, so it's definitely a step up from this guy. And I'm super pumped to pick it up today. I will be showing you guys how it rides on my way home. It'll take me about an hour to get home on the bike, so see you then. Oh, won't be riding this guy for a while. First motorcycle, wasn't bad for a starter. But after 6 months of riding it, it's just, I was over it, man. Not enough power. It just felt like I was riding a super moped, you know? So I went and bought this guy a couple days ago. It's a 2006 Triumph Speed Triple. It's 1,050 cc, and it's freaking awesome. And it's a little older, but the damn thing looks immaculate, brand new. It's like the guy, I don't even know, he took really good care of it. I had a couple issues though. The very first day that I drove it back, it was about an hour drive. It was leaking oil, which is great. I had to leave it at my wife's work, and I had to do an on-the-spot oil change the next day just to get it back, and it stopped leaking. Here's the oil filter that this guy had in here. Now, I don't know. You see how, like, the guy clamped on it with a tool that wasn't meant for it? I don't know if he over-tightened it, and that's why it leaked. Or if he didn't tighten it enough. I mean, it was a bitch to get off. You're not supposed to do that, man. You're supposed to use tools that are meant for it. You know, like a socket. Like this. Like, this is meant for an oil filter, you know? Like, I just use clamps or something, a wrench. Fucking bullshit. But it seems like it's overheating just a little bit. So I checked the coolant levels, and I don't even know. I don't think they've ever done a coolant change because it's like a gel in there. So that's not really good. So I'm going to do a coolant flush today. And that's all the video I have of the Speed Triple. Like I said, I don't have video of my crash, but I can explain it pretty well. I was on old Route 94 with about 5 riders, all guys that I ride regularly with, and I've ridden the old Route 94 maybe 2 or 3 times, so I was pretty familiar with it. But we hit a detour at the very end, and one of the guys needed to fill up his tank, and we usually stop at a gas station to refill halfway through. And so we hit that detour, and there was construction going on. We didn't know the roads. I was the second rider, so the lead rider took a left turn too quickly. We were probably going 40 miles, 35 to 45 miles an hour in between there around the turn. And as I was coming around that turn, he had taken the turn way too quickly, and there's a stop sign right at the end of the turn. So half of the road was gravel, and he just literally hit the gravel mid-turn, not even slowing down. Completely dumped the bike and there's a ditch that went into a barbed wire fence. His bike completely went into the ditch and hit the barbed wire fence. I have no idea how he didn't follow with the bike, but he must have dumped it early, and he slid on the gravel and didn't even go into the ditch, didn't even get hurt, but his bike was totaled. So I was second. I saw that happen, obviously, but I'm following the leader, doing the same speed, and I didn't have enough time to react. I straightened my bike out a little bit, pressed on the front brake, but I hit the gravel, and immediately the bike just completely slid out from underneath me. I landed on my shoulder. I fractured my collarbone. I have pictures of what it looks like. I'll show them up right now. On what it looked like afterwards. As you can see the bruising on my collarbone. I was just in a sling. I didn't need surgery, but I was in a sling for about 2 weeks before I didn't need it anymore. I knew I broke something like right when the accident happened. I couldn't lift my right arm, but my bike went halfway into the ditch. I mean, there was only damage to the left side of the bike. I have pictures of all of the damage, and I'll show those right now. But it doesn't look that bad. I mean, you can see that it's just scratches on the crankshaft, obviously the left handlebar. What else is there? The front left headlight was bent, and just minor scratches. The big thing is that the whole handlebars, or whatever was going on in the front of the motorcycle, it wouldn't straighten out. So I don't know if that was some kind of issue there, but I got it towed, and then they estimated it as a total loss. I bought the bike for $5,650, and it was a total of like $5,200 to fix it, which has to be 80% of what the motorcycle's worth in order for them to not call it a total loss. So I got a check. Yeah, it sucked. It really sucked. So I rode my R3 for a little bit, and after you get on a bike that's a bigger bike than a beginner 300cc bike, you can't go back. So I really felt like I was on a Vespa or something like that. I needed to upgrade, and I didn't want to stop riding. So I ended up trading it in and getting a 2009 Honda CBR 600RR, and it's awesome. I love that bike. It's only got 7,000 roughly miles on it. It looks brand new, and it's got a slip-on Akrapovic. I don't know how you freaking pronounce that shit, but it has a slip-on exhaust. It's got a couple other mods on it, like HID headlights, things like that. But it's a great bike. I miss my speed triple, but what can you do, you know? That was a once in a lifetime buy. I'll probably never find something like that again. Since my accident, I've taken an intermediate course. You know, I don't know if it was my fault. I probably could have reacted better to it, and just instead of straightening my motorcycle out, I should have just leaned into the turn and took the turn. But you know, when you're following somebody like that, you follow them right into it, you know? And I'm not an experienced rider, so I didn't have enough time to react to it. The best thing to do after something like that is to get more training. So I did that, and I feel a lot more confident. I'm also more aware of how I'm riding. I'm not riding as aggressive as I did. I'm still getting used to the CBR, so it's a learning experience. But being in the military, you know, I have all these classes that I can take for free, and I'm going to take a couple more advanced rider courses. More knowledge, you know, more power. So hopefully I'll never crash again. I can't say that because, you know, the saying goes, and it's true, it's not if you crash, it's when you crash. But more experience, more knowledge will prevent that. I'm going to post some new videos coming up with the CBR. I really want to drag race it at Qualcomm Stadium. I don't know if I'll be any good, but I think that'd be a cool video to post. So you can look forward to that. We'll see what other rides I'm going to go on. My best friend from LA just got his motorcycle license, so we're going to do some rides together. He's buying a Harley 48, completely different type of ride than mine, but who cares, you know? That'll be awesome. So you'll see some videos with me and him. I'm gonna do some reviews on some products, like new boots that I'm getting, some gear. I bought a new helmet, obviously, because my helmet was totaled from that crash and Geico covered it. So I got a new helmet. I'm gonna do a review on the helmet. This video is probably too long. Nobody's gonna watch this video, but who cares, you know? I just have to put it out there, and it feels good to make a video like this explaining what happened and just to move on, because I've been in a rut with this for a while. It's a lot of stress, and it helps to get it off my chest. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the next coming videos that I post, and I'll see you in the next one.